pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome, everybody. First item up will be to approve the meeting agenda. Do we have anything to change on there? Motion to approve the meeting agenda?
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Brittany,
That's second.
second by Brenda. Any discussion on the agenda? Hearing no discussion, all those in favor of approving the agenda signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same. Agenda carries. Next item up will be Board of Education Superintendent Evaluation Statement. So I've got a statement here to read. I think I can do it without my reading glasses, but so 2022 Superintendent Evaluation Statement. Mr. Korf has met or exceeded expectation in all duties of the Superintendent Evaluation of the 2021-2022 school year. Strengths include effective leadership, professionalism, and communication skills. Areas to continue to focus on include professional development for the leadership team, updating curriculum, aligning standards, and continuing to build community relationships and strategizing to increase enrollment. We look forward to the 22-23 school year and are thankful for our excellent staff, leadership team, the community, and especially the students we serve. Thank you. Now, an opportunity for visitors to address the board. Looks like we'll move on. So we have some acknowledgement. We have the club bike staff, summer kitchen staff, speed and strength instructors, Eli Beachy and Laura Janaszewski. Thank you there. Anything to add, Brian?
Yeah, club bike staff did an excellent job this summer. Did a lot of different activities, interacting with kids, very positive. Heard a lot of positive comments from parents about our club bike staff this summer, so which is good. So thank you to them. Summer kitchen staff, thank you to them for adjusting, and now that we're starting to get away a little bit of the COVID protocols, we moved to inside of serving and things like that. So we're very thankful for all the work that they did this summer. Speed and strength instructors, thank you to Mr. Beachy and Mrs. Janaszewski for all their work with speed and strength this past summer. They had a lot of kids go through their program, and they're helping all student athletes if they're involved in activity or not in activity. They designed a program for anyone that wants to be improved their strength, conditioning, things like that. So very thankful for all their work.
There's no sleeping in.
There's no sleeping in. Early mornings.
There was no sleeping in.
No. For parents too.
No.
And it was well attended. I saw a lot of kids up there, so. And we'll move on to administrator reports. Janaszewski, want to get us going?
Yeah. I'm really excited to work with all of you this year. Look forward to having good conversations with you about what's going to happen at the high school. Last year, we ended enrollment with 410 students. Starting the school year so far, we have 5 new students that have enrolled, 7 students that have dropped. Individual student scheduling, Ms. Lage will be working with students to add or change schedules. Mr. Korf and I met yesterday with CNA instructors to talk about how we're going to get that going, so that will be something that we'll be talking with students about, getting enrolled in that for first hour. Her first day in the office will be next Monday officially, but she has been in and out these past couple weeks. Staff workshops, we also start next week. We'll have 2 new teacher workshops, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week. Our 4 new staff at the high school are Michaela Faison, and she'll be mentored by Sherry Meester, which I think will be a really great pair up there. Mr. Kirkwood will be mentored by GJ Schmidt. Lexi Dunbar, mentored by Carla Breen. And then Kelsey Lage and I will be working together as she starts. Teacher workshops will be the following week. And one thing I just wanted to note is our PLC focus this year will be something called our SAIL lessons. SAIL will stand for Student Achievement Integrated Learning. And going with what Mr. Korf's plans are for superintendent role is really focusing on standards this year and how we are aligning curriculum. So as we focus on this, teachers are really going to work on collaborating and getting their standards aligned and really having their lessons focus on those standards. Open house will be Wednesday, August 31st from 4:30 to 7:30. Ms. Lage, myself, and Mr. Brueggemann will lead 7th and 9th grade orientation sessions. Those will get posted on social media here soon. Over the last month, we've had some technology development for our staff. All staff now have their Promethean boards in their classroom. We've had 3 training sessions for them. One was in July called Camp Promethean. On the 8th, we led one for teachers that didn't attend on the 14th, and then during workshops here, we'll have one more session for teachers to attend. And then first day of school is September 6th at, actually 8:25, not 8:15, that's elementary. Included documents, there should be a fall workshop schedule for you, and then student handbook. This morning, Ms. Peterson caught that on page 11, acceptable absences, it should say do not count versus do count. That's all I have.
Thank you. Do we have Mr. Martinez? Okay, so we'll move on. Mr. Korf, superintendent report.
I'm going to start off by Mr. Nelson is out of town here for a couple days, so I'm going to share his report. Enrollment at the elementary right now, they ended at 433 right now. They see themselves at 434 students right now, which is good. He has a few thank yous here. Thank you to Mallory Stone for teaching Title I. Thank you to Gabrielle Fredrickson for teaching Title I. Both of them have accepted positions. Thank you to Tina Jessen, Nancy Hansen, and Megan Kramer for working as paraprofessionals at Viking Elementary School. Thank you to Robin Swanson, who worked in the kitchen. His recommendations are to hire Nadine Brown as a long-term sub in art, hire Madison Vigor as a Title I teacher, hire Kelly Thorson as a Title I teacher. So those are his recommendations that are on the agenda. Also recommended is to hire Ryan Beachy as assistant football coach. Fall numbers, they had sign up last week. They started fall sports on Monday, and right now the numbers are with boys cross country, there's 11 7th through 12th graders. There's 6 7th through 12 in girls cross country at this time. Football grades 9 through 12 have 39. Football, grades 7 and 8 have 27 signed up. Boys soccer, 7 through 12 has 26. Girls soccer, 7 through 12 is 16. Volleyball, 9 through 12 is 28 right now. And then volleyball, 7 through 8 has 24. So every coach hopes that they can pick up some kids over the next few weeks. And then on the first day of school at the high school, they usually promote their activity. Or if they're an advisor, they get up in front and they talk about what they offer, if it's the fall play, knowledge bowl, things like that, math teams. So what we want to do is get kids active, busy, if it's here at the school with activities, or if it's out in the community, volunteering, or working at local businesses. So we want to keep kids busy, learning, if it's at work or if it's at school. So any questions, anything with elementary related? Or activity related? Okay. Go to superintendent report. Staff workshop. We have new staff workshop next week, August 23rd through the 25th, Tuesday through Thursday. The first day is going through a lot of district office items, expectations, employee handbook, type topics. We will be giving them a tour. Mr. Steves will give the tour on a bus. Mr. Reston's gonna be driving a bus, bring them around town, show them the different businesses from grocery stores to gas stations to Arvig to the Tricky plant. Just kind of like what are our businesses, what do we offer in Pelican Rapids. So that will be the tour, and then we'll come back and then we will have Mr. Christensen, who will be retiring in September. He's not done yet, so he's going to, and he started this last year, the teacher mentorship program, so he's gonna be working with the mentoring program with the new teachers and their mentors in the afternoon. So Tuesday will be very busy. Wednesday, they'll be working with their building principals. Thursday, new staff will have Leader and Me, 7 Habits training in the morning of new staff workshop. So they also get some classroom time, so they're ahead of the game when it comes into district staff workshop. District staff workshop is the following week, August 29th through September 1st. One reminder for you is that certified staff, the teachers have to complete one flex day, one day before the 29th. So what we want them to do is come in, get their classrooms ready, so when it comes to our meetings, they're not worried about getting their classrooms set up. Their classrooms should be set up. And our building administrators did a great job of like, here's a checklist of items to do when you are working in your classrooms. Workshop speakers, we have a lot of topics. I would say hot topics too, out there in the world that we're trying to address with our school, with our staff, and this would be for all district staff. So workshop speakers that we have coming in, we have a school law training coming in from Pemberton Law. We have Mr. Derek Francis coming in. He's an executive director of equity and school climate at the Minneapolis schools. And he's coming in to talk about cross-culture and inclusion training. And then we have school safety training. The chief deputy, Mr. Reed Reinbold, is coming in, and he's going to do an hour training. And then he's going to break each building up, so high school staff and elementary, and he'll go to each building and he'll do kind of like a live drill. And so he'll have different situations like that. So there, you've seen in the news, different trainings that districts are doing. We are doing the same thing. So, mental health presentation, we have from LSS, Ms. Ness and Ms. Lemer coming in and doing a mental health presentation, not only for our students, but for our staff, reminders, things that we offer for them to provide support. And then 7 Habits training, Mr. Morse coming in from the Franklin Covey coach from the Leader and Me program. He's coming in and we'll do a presentation Tuesday morning. We also have bloodborne pathogens that we have to do. That's all on safety items. And then we are offering first aid and CPR. And Mr. Roysum is going to, Mr. Lance Roysum will be training our staff in first aid CPR. There'll be a refresher. Going back to our safety team is going to get together. We are going to go over some different training and some things that we want to do over the year. We have an E-team, and the E-team would be if there's something that happened in a building. For example, somebody's having a heart attack, this E-team is called to that area, and they all have jobs, responsibilities, and we're going to be working on that. And then we do a refresher with staff. What we're looking at is doing an in-depth training, a full training of first aid CPR with that E-team. So some things that we're discussing and working on. Staff development, Mr. Januszewski talked about the Promethean board training. There's 2 opportunities so far. They'll have a 3rd one during the workshop to be trained on their Promethean. So if they didn't attend the July or August training, then they have to attend the workshop training. Administrative team training we had last week. We had from Pemberton Law, Christy Hastings come in, and all morning we had training on different topics from discipline, handling staff items, training from her. So that was pretty, we went from 8 and we finished right at 12 o'clock, and we still had a few things to cover. So we're gonna bring her back in throughout the school year and do some more professional development. So that was good training. Administrative team felt it was very useful. The brochure, it's been a little bit, we're hoping to get it out in July. It's going out this week, and if you go ahead and take this home, but this is to promote our school and to continue to promote our school, and hopefully over time that we get some kids that maybe are not attending Pelican schools to consider coming to school here. So, Mr. Januszewski and Ms. Wanter led the team in creating this brochure and taking pictures throughout the school year, and then putting all this information together. Did a good job of getting, collaborating with the administrative team and office staff of getting ideas of what we want to communicate, so.
Looks good.
Yeah, very nice. So this has been good. We've been doing this the last couple summers, along with our newsletter that we send out. Staffing hires, I have to go to, and the staffing hires for what Mr. Nelson talked a little bit about. I do want to talk about Nancy Hughesby, the MOU. Nancy Hughesby retired as a Title I teacher. The MOU is to hire her to come back. So she came to us and said, would you be interested in hiring me back? And yes, we are, especially in the situation we are. We just lost 2 Title I teachers. So she is going to retire. We're going to hire her back. The MOU is to hire her back from the start of the school year, August 29th, to December 22nd. And then it gives us some time to find someone to replace her. So we do not have a lot of apps out there. So anyways, so just to clear up that MOU and then Nancy retiring. So, okay. Behind the wheel fee for non-district students. So with the cost of gas going up, staffing, we've had some people that do not attend our school, and about completing behind the wheel. And so we discussed with our admin team, and what we would do is prioritize our students first, and this is working with Mrs. Hall, who is in charge of behind the wheel, and then that we would fit them in if it fits in the schedule, but our students that enroll, who are enrolled at Pelican schools, would get priority. The fee for students that attend here is $300. Our recommendation is $350 for out of district. Employee handbook. The employee handbook is to be approved tonight. It's a yearly thing. This morning, sorry, not tonight, this morning. And we updated everything there with names, dates, things like that. So, resolution relating to election of school board members. That is what you have tonight. And we have 3 open spots is what we have. So the resolution is to hold a general election to elect 3 school board members for terms of 4 years. And then Mr. Carter would review that, and then he would list the names that are running for the 3 spots. District priorities and goals. So our district priorities, our admin team is recommending that our priorities are community engagement, educate the whole child, increase student enrollment, and sound and transparent financial practices. Admin recommendation for district goals is 75% of our students are ready for kindergarten based on teacher assessment. 75% of 3rd graders show a 50 SGP, what stands for Student Growth Percentile, from their fall star reading test to their spring star reading test. So the star reading test is given in the fall, and then at the end, and they want to see improvement in 75% or more of the students. Decrease the achievement gap of our free and reduced students by 5%. When I close that gap. And then increase graduates attending post-secondary to 60%. We've ranged from anywhere between in the 50s to I think as high as 65 over the last 10 years. So what we want to do is get at least 60% of our students attending some type of post-secondary education. And then we want to increase the district's graduation rate to 95% or higher. So that's our recommendation. Upcoming events, new staff workshop, we talked about that, and then we talked about district staff, and then, of course, the exciting day, September 6th, is the first day of school. A couple of items I don't have on my list here, and that is the hill on the Viking Elementary Hill. I think they call it the Van Holmgren Hill, so that's what they call it. And anyways, it's a large pile of dirt right now, and AE Construction plans to come in this week or next week and to flatten that out. It's all staked out. What we're trying to do is level everything off so we can use that for practices, youth activities, things like that. Our goal is to move discus up there, and once it's all done, then we'll evaluate and see what we can do there, but that's our goal, is to move it there. And then the last item is staff picnic on the 29th, Monday. It's a staff picnic at 6 p.m. And Mrs. Edmondson, do you want to talk about anything like what we did last year, how we want to organize that? You want to do that now?
Sure.
Okay.
I couldn't remember if you guys did turkey or pulled pork last year, but I think it was turkey. Oh, okay. Do you want to do that again?
Who made it?
And?
And it.
I did.
Wow.
I don't care.
Would you like to do that again?
We can.
Did burgers one year, and that went up in flames, literally. The grill went into the river.
Good intention. I think there was baked beans. Does that sound right? Or pasta salad, there was pasta salad.
We ordered the salads from.
Did you do two different kinds
I
of salads?
feel like it was, I don't think it was beans.
Okay.
I think we had,
Spring salad and potato salad.
yeah, I think we had potato salad and a pasta.
Okay.
Did we order both of them from Larry's?
Yeah.
Can we do that again?
Okay.
Alright.
I can just, do you want the same thing or do you want what's more economically feasible?
That's up to you guys.
Because prices have changed. And I'm all about simple. If we want two kinds or just one. And then I think you want chips.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, little bags of chips, and then there was Crystal Light type packets
Yeah.
bottled water and water.
So I'll go one option,
Sure.
One side,
one side.
Do you want potato salad, pasta salad, or something different?
Mr. Nelson requested the specific salad last year.
oh, did he?
I don't
Should,
remember what
I
it
could
was,
just
though.
ask him.
Something macaroni though, yeah.
Mr. Nelson salad?
Yeah,
Okay,
he had a special request last year.
Alright.
I will make sure to ask him.
Just write that on the tub.
No, but I think we just wanted something more simple than having to plug it in, I guess. I don't remember why we didn't pick beans, unless they just didn't go over well in previous years. I can't remember the reason. John doesn't eat it anyways.
I think didn't we have 3 roasters there?
I don't remember.
There's,
I just remember there were no bee traps put out early. So if someone
Yeah.
could do that after a week of
Yes, that was
bee
They were
traps.
terrible.
they were really
They were
bad.
horrible.
Yeah.
That's obvious. I don't feel like they were beans.
I don't think they
No,
were.
I'm just thinking like,
Yeah.
do you want them now if we're only having one salad? I mean, I can just,
It's
I mean, they won't be fancy.
Yeah.
So just be the big cans
Yeah.
and push.
They're easy.
Fair.
John, your favorite kind?
Beans?
Vegetables.
Gosh.
Anything that's good for you?
Yeah. Getting better.
I'm kidding. I was bring some beans.
Brenda's bringing beans. Okay. We'll get water and lemonade again. Did we get that from Larry's last year? Probably.
Thought I grabbed it. Maybe someone else did. I can grab it.
Remember how we got the water
We got the
bottles?
big packs from Sam's too.
$6.45 in a pack. I think I brought water, because we stopped on the way back from the state fair
Yeah.
in like St. Cloud.
You had extra something, I don't remember. So, Nelson salad.
Did we do water, did we have like the packets for
Yeah.
lemonade, is that what you
Yeah.
said?
And Crystal Lake, which
I
I
can-
think you brought from Larry's.
Yeah, I think I'll look into that.
Somebody wanna bring water?
I'll pick up the chips and the water.
I still have a ton of forks left over from graduation I'd like to use.
Perfect.
It was a pack of like 400.
We'll need plates, napkins.
Yeah.
Might have napkins left over from graduation. How many are we planning for?
I have not figured that out yet.
I think we should plan for about 100.
I think that's about right.
And we had leftover last year.
Yep. Should I order buns too, since nobody said anything about buns? I can get them in bulk. I'll double check.
How about plates?
Someone wrote plates or no? Okay, I can do plates.
So since there's a number of people getting stuff, do we want them to turn the receipts into Mrs. Evanson, and then she would let us all know how much we owe?
Sure.
Perfect, sounds
And then
good.
she'll collect the money and distribute to who needs to be reimbursed.
Yeah.
Did you do a cookie or bar or something?
Yeah, we
last
did.
year?
Yeah, we
Do
did.
you wanna do that again?
Ours.
Didn't Derek also request the bars?
Was it Special K or something?
Yeah,
I
it was
usually
like
do
that.
Special K ones. Mm-hmm.
I'll look into it, I don't know what LaShawn can get. And then I'll just, if I can't find something, we'll figure it out.
Or we could just all make a pan.
Ew,
You?
I don't bake.
Everybody likes Rice Krispie buns.
I'd order it from Larry's.
We good, Mrs. Evanson?
Yep.
Okay, would you send out like a list to everyone, so everyone knows what to do?
Yeah.
Treasure? Okay, I think I'm good.
Move on. Consent items. Approved board meeting minutes, July 20th, 2022, regular meeting. B, financial claims, July bills. C, treasurer's report. D, accept donations. Celebration of Cultures, $1,000, Stephanie Lobner and Tina Nord. Viking Boutique, $100, Laura Klemick. Student account, $100, Laura Klemick. Item E, personnel, approve the retirement of Nancy Hughesby as Title I teacher. Approve the resignation of Gabrielle Frederickson as Title I teacher. Approve the resignation of Mallory Stone as Title I teacher. Approve the resignation of Tina Jessen as special education paraprofessional. Approve the resignation of Megan Kramer as special education paraprofessional. Approve the resignation of Robin Swenson as kitchen helper. Approve the resignation of Chelsea Hart as special education paraprofessional. Approve the resignation of Nancy Hanson as special education paraprofessional. Approve the hire of Kelly Thorson as Title I teacher. Approve the hire of Madison Vigor as Title I teacher. Approve the hire of Nadine Brown as long-term elementary art substitute from approximately 9/11/2022 to 12/2 of 2022. Approve the hire of Ryan Beachy as assistant football coach. And approve the MOU with Nancy Hughesby for Title I teacher. So we'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent items as read.
Okay, motion by Brittany,
Second.
second by Ann. Any discussion or anything to go over on the consent items? Hearing no discussion, all those in favor of approving the consent items signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same. Consent items carry. Business items, approve the addition of a $350 behind the wheel fee for non-district students for the designations 2022 to 23.
Make a motion.
There's a motion by Ann. Do you have a second?
I'll second, and I have a quick question.
Okay, we have a second by Brittany, go ahead.
Is that only towards students, or do you ever have adults needing behind the wheel inquire as well?
I'm not aware of any adults
Okay.
asking about behind the wheel. It's only students.
Okay.
Any more discussion? Hearing no discussion, all those in favor of approving the additional $350 behind the wheel fee for non-district students to the designations 2022 to 23 signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same. Carries. Approve the Viking Elementary School Viking Handbook for 2022 to 2023. Was there something that needed to be adjusted, or was that one good?
I didn't
School.
notice anything there.
That was high school, okay. All right, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay, we have a motion for Molly and
I'll second.
second by Brittany. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion on the Viking Elementary School Student Handbook, signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same. Motion carries. Approve the PRHS Student Handbook for 2022 to 23. Do we have a motion there?
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Brenda,
I'll second.
second by Ann. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, all those in favor of approving the high school student handbook signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same. Item D, approve the employee handbook for 2022 to 23.
Motion to approve the employee handbook.
Motion by Ann. Do we have a second?
Second.
Brenda? Any discussion on the student handbook? Excuse me, the employee handbook? Hearing no discussion, all those in favor of approving the employee handbook signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same. Motion carries. Approve the vendor for milk products for the 2022 to 2023 school year.
I'll make a motion to approve the vendor for milk products for the 2022-23 school year.
Which one?
The lowest one, Prairie Farms.
School year. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same. Motion carries. Approve district priorities and goals for 2022, 2023. Mr. Korf had gone over those.
I'll make a motion to approve the district priorities and goals for 22-23.
Motion by Brenda,
I'll second.
second by Brittany. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, all those in favor of approving the district priorities and goals for 2022 to 23 signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same. Goals carry. Item G, approve the truth and taxation public meeting date for December 14th, 2022 at 6 p.m. That's a normal school board
Yep.
meeting?
Yep.
That'd be in the boardroom?
Correct.
Okay. And this is required every year, right?
Make a motion to approve the truth and taxation public meeting date, December 14th at 6 p.m.
Motion by Ann,
I'll second.
second by Brittany. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same. Now we have a resolution relating to the election of school board members and calling the school board election. So we'll entertain a motion in a second, then I'll read the resolution and I'll ask you how it will be resolved, so. Do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
The motion by Brittany. I'll second. This is a resolution relating to the election of school board members and calling the school district general election. Be it resolved by the School Board of Independent School District 548, State of Minnesota as follows. It is necessary for the school district to hold its general election for the purpose of electing 3 school board members for terms of 4 years each. On the general election ballot, school board members, there'll be vote for up to 3. And we have Stacy Tellerud Almaris, we have Greg Larson, we have Billy Milbeck, and Brenda K. Olson. So that was a resolution. Molly, how do you resolve?
Yes.
Ann?
Yes.
Yes. Brenda?
Yes.
Brittany?
Yes.
Resolution carries. Now, Mr. Martinez is here. Did you want to give us a quick report?
Yeah, my apologies for some reason. I thought it was going to be at 7:30.
Is that okay with you, Mr. Korf? Good. Rest? I think we got a few minutes. So.
All right, let's jump right in. Treasurer's report. First month out of the new fiscal year, we started our investments with $7.9 million, and we had a big draw that bring down our investments down to $6 million. One of the big draws that we had to do, first one was we had to pull about $850,000 to pay the majority of the parking lot improvement. And then the other piece, at the end of July, beginning of August, we always pay for the interest of all the outstanding debt that we have, which total anywhere, I think it was $380,000 that we paid just in interest. Big payment will be in February for that. It is also a dry month. This is in July. It is when the state does not pay the schools any aid. So on the 15th and on the last of the month, the state does not pay us any aid. And they do that because they got in trouble about 15, 20 years ago where they always withhold back about 10%. Total receivables that we had in our checking account was about $2 million. The majority of that came from our investments that we had to pull. Accounts payable was again $2.1 million, and that had to do with the big payments that we had for the parking lot and the interest of the bonds. Payroll was about $400,000 at the end of the day. It says that we were in the hole, but we weren't. We always measure it. Other pieces, just all the payables in the back. For the most of the part, like I said, very busy month. This is when a lot of the orders for the teachers are coming in, so we're paying out the vendors. So very, very busy month in terms of payables. That is it for the treasurer's report. Do you guys have any questions before I jump into the other things? I'm sure you guys already talked about them, but I'll just go over them. Okay. Milk bid. We always go through the 3 vendors that we go. Prairie Farms, Kemp's, and Cashwa. It was a very hard year to get bids back. With all the food shortages that are going on, with the inflation that is hitting a lot of our markets, it was very hard to get bids. I had to remind vendors multiple times. Cashwa at the end decided we're not giving any bids. Camps came really high, and then Prairie Farms just decided to honor our prices. So you can see that $14,000 difference what Camps would be versus Prairie Farms. My recommendation would be is continue with Prairie Farms. They're a good company. We're working with them on a few quality pieces. Other than that, it's a significant difference. The other piece that we'll talk about that is the truth in taxation. It's the beginning of a new fiscal year. We go through the same pieces. December meeting, we'll honor truth and taxation meeting right at the beginning at 6 p.m. people that have any questions, guide them over to the business office. I'll be more than happy to answer any of the questions they have regarding truth and taxation. Beginning at the meeting, we'll entertain 5-10 months to go over the tax report. Other than that, everything is good.
Thank you. Okay. We have upcoming meetings. We have, of course, we have the staff picnic on the 29th. And we have September 21st, regular meeting, 6 p.m. So that's a day change, right? Wednesday.
Yep.
Okay. And October 19th, regular meeting, 6 p.m. So I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion by Ann,
I'll second.
second by Brenda. Any discussion on adjourning? Hearing no discussion, all those in favor of adjourning signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye.